Communicate. Listening and Speaking Skills. Coursebook. CD 2. Unit 15. Prepare to describe a photo. Exercise 2.
In the first picture, I can see lots of people. They've got signs, and I think it's a demonstration. In the second, there are lots of people going shopping. They're trying to buy something cheap. They don't look very happy. Maybe they're just busy. I don't like either situation, but maybe I'd choose the demonstration.
Unit 15. Prepare to describe a photo. Exercises 3A and 3B.
Let me see. Well, both pictures show us big groups of people and signs that show what they're doing. In the first picture, the people are doing something together as a group. In the second one, they're all individuals out shopping. I think the first picture is of some kind of demonstration. The people are carrying those things. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're like big signs, and when people are on strike or holding some kind of demonstration, they write slogans on them. I don't really know what it's about, but I imagine it's some kind of protest. It could be against pay cuts or to do with jobs, or maybe the environment or something. I imagine they feel quite strongly about it. I've never been on a demonstration like this. I guess it's a good way to show how you feel, but I'm not sure if they achieve anything. The second picture also shows a crowd, but it's quite a different situation. I'm not too sure, but I think it's when they reduce the prices so you can buy something half price or with a big discount. It all looks a bit boring to me, and I don't think I'd like to be there. But maybe the people are happy if they've been able to buy something they really want a lot cheaper than normal. I think both pictures show us people trying to get something. In the first case, they could be trying to improve their working conditions or something. But in the second one, their goal is to buy something. I wouldn't especially like to be in either situation, but if I had to choose, then maybe I'd say the first one, because it would be an opportunity to show how you feel and to be with other people who feel the same. I really hate shopping, so I don't think I'd ever be in the second situation.
Unit 15. Prepare to have a formal debate. Exercise 2.
A debate is basically an argument. This doesn't mean that it's an undisciplined shouting match between two people with opposite views. On the contrary, a formal debate has a strict organisation, with roles for each of the speakers. For many people, debating is a hobby, and there are debating clubs round the world where people practice and try to improve their debating performance. The subject for discussion is called the motion. The motion is often an issue of current public interest or a general philosophical statement. For example, beauty is better than brains. Two teams argue the motion. Those in favour of the statement are known as the affirmative, and the team arguing against the topic is called the negative. Debating is a team event, normally consisting of 3 speakers in a team. Each person has a clear role, and their arguments should support each other. In general terms, the debate consists of presenting the team's arguments and rebuttal. Rebuttal means criticising the arguments of the other team. There are 3 things to remember about rebuttal. The first is that it must be logical. To say that the other side is wrong is not enough. You have to show why the other side is wrong. A lot of the thinking for this needs to be done quickly, which is one of the most challenging aspects of debating. Secondly, you need to focus on the most important points of the opposing team's arguments. And finally, remember to criticize the argument, not the individual speaker. To call someone fat, ugly, or a nerd does not make what they say wrong, and it will also lose you marks.
Unit 15. Prepare to have a formal debate. Exercise 3.
People in a formal debate have definite roles, and the debate follows a strict sequence. OK, the people first. There are two teams in the debate. They're called affirmative and negative. Each team normally has 3 speakers. Now for the procedure. The teams take turns to speak. The affirmative team starts with their first speaker. Next, the first negative speaker presents that team's position. Then the second affirmative speaker speaks. After that, the second negative speaker, and so on. Each speaker does 2 things. They state or restate their team's argument, and they argue against the other team's position. Arguing against the other team's ideas is called rebuttal. The first 2 speakers on each team should give new information, but the third speaker shouldn't. Their job is to present a closing summary of their team's position.
Unit 15. Prepare to have a formal debate. Exercise 4.
In a formal debate, a panel of judges or adjudicators decides which team has won. They do this by awarding marks to each team for 3 aspects of their speech. 40 marks are awarded for matter, the content of the speech, which should consist of arguments and supporting examples. A further 20 marks are awarded for method. Does the team present a united argument? Do they support each other? Is each individual speech clearly structured? Is rebuttal done in an organized way with each point addressed? Another 40 marks are awarded for manner, how you present what you say. For example, does the speaker use cue cards? Does he or she have good eye contact with the audience? Is their voice clear and audible? What about hand gestures? Are there any nervous habits? Having decided the marks for each team, the judges announce the winner of the debate.
Unit 15. Prepare to do a project. Exercises 2 and 3. Speaker 1.
It was absolutely amazing. They say there were around 20,000 people there. Lots of hippies and new age types, but normal people too. For some people it's just another festival, but you can see for others there's a very strong spiritual dimension. I mean, the stones have been there for 4,500 years, and you see pagans and druids. It's a real step back in time. There is the most incredible feeling as the sun comes up over the stones, a kind of connection back with our ancestors, knowing you're seeing the same thing they did all those years ago.
Speaker 2. It was a strange kind of day. I mean, in theory, we were going to see horse racing, but no one was paying a lot of attention to that. It was all about seeing people and being seen. They're really quite strict about what you wear. We were in the grandstands where, in theory, you can wear anything, but everyone was still quite smart. And in the more exclusive areas, people wear these incredible outfits, like they're going to a wedding or something. Of course, the really famous thing is the women's hats. I don't really understand what that's all about. It's also incredibly posh. loads of ridiculous upper-class accents. It's nothing like the real Britain. I found it quite uncomfortable, to be honest. Speaker 3.
It was a lot of fun, a really good day out, and a real mix of people, locals, tourists, lots of families. There are all kinds of events, all the typical ones, you know, tossing the caber when they throw this huge pole, tug of war when the two teams pull on opposite ends of a rope, lots of games with lifting and carrying. Some of the guys are really strong, it's very impressive. And of course they're all in traditional dress, tartan and kilts. There's something quite historical about it. You can imagine similar games taking place centuries ago. There's also a lot of music, traditional pipe bands, which is okay if you like bagpipes, but isn't really my idea of fun, and Highland dancing. We had a good time and it all felt, well, really Scottish.